What if the reason your life feels stuck isn't because people misunderstand you, but because you haven't fully seen yourself yet? Welcome back to The Reflective Soul, a channel about personal evolution through awareness. Today, we're talking about the hidden cost of becoming self-aware. Self-awareness is empowering, but few talk about the part where it can be humiliating. Becoming self-aware doesn't just reveal your wounds. It reveals how you contribute to them. And that realization can cost you something. It costs you your self-image. You lose the luxury of being the victim. Now, I've always thought of myself as strong-willed, passionate, fierce even. But what I failed to understand during my formative years was my emotional immaturity. I had a temper, a hair trigger, and for a long time, I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. Maybe you've done something similar. Maybe you've said, it's just how I am. Well, eventually, life handed me a mirror I couldn't ignore. A close friend called me out for being a brat in front of a bunch of people we were working with after I'd behaved poorly. At the time, I thought she was being unfair. I remember thinking, I accept your flaws. Why can't you accept mine? But over the next month, her words settled in, and I realized she wasn't attacking me. She was reflecting me. That was the beginning of seeing myself more clearly. A few years after that, I was in a relationship that brought out the worst in me. My temper escalated, and I became volatile. And I had to confront an even harder truth. I wasn't just reacting to chaos, I was perpetuating it by upholding the very patterns that were keeping me stuck. I had no one to blame but myself if things didn't change, so I got to work. I used various tools like genetic testing, personality typing, hypnotherapy, and even studying my natal chart to better understand myself. They all pointed to my need to learn emotional regulation, to feel my feelings without letting my feelings control me. And when multiple lenses reflect the same pattern back to you, they become even harder to deny. What I learned is that nature and nurture may shape you, but once you become aware, they no longer excuse you. None of those tools changed me. They simply made it harder for me to lie to myself. Awareness marks the start of your responsibility. But here's the key. Awareness, no matter how you arrive at it, only becomes powerful when you choose to act on it. Today, I still feel emotions very deeply, but feelings no longer rule me. I stopped embracing my immaturity and started correcting it. That's the hidden cost of self-awareness. It dismantles the story you told yourself about who you are. Sometimes you discover you weren't as great or as grown as you thought. You have to let go of being right. You have to admit you hurt people. You have to accept that some of your suffering was self-created. That doesn't make you bad. It makes you accountable. And accountability is where real power begins. It's humbling. Humility is uncomfortable, but it's also the doorway to growth. Now, growth won't make you perfect, but it will teach you how to be responsible for the kind of person you want to be. And that shift, it can change everything. Because once you stop protecting your ego, you can start nurturing a happier, more fulfilling future. If you're in a season where you're seeing things about yourself that don't feel flattering, be open to the truth. Don't rush to defend yourself. Don't rewrite your story to stay comfortable, to be the hero or the martyr. Ask yourself, where might I be contributing to the dysfunction in my life? Sit with the discomfort of that question. Self-awareness isn't punishment, it's power, but it demands honesty. And honesty is rarely comfortable. If this resonates, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What has self-awareness forced you to confront about yourself? And if you'd like to keep learning how to reconnect with who you really are, I would love it if you subscribed. And until next time, continue to discover, align, and grow. And thanks for being here.